OpenOffice Writer, resizing parts of tables. I'm going to add another row to this particular table, and I'm just going to select here Insert Row, and I'm going to add a subheading here called Points, and then perhaps the year 2014. Okay, I would like to make all of these cells one cell. And to do that, I'm going to merge my cells. So I'm going to highlight the cells that I want to merge, and then I'm going to select Merge Cells from my table toolbar. So I'm going to click on Merge Cells, and you'll now see that this is one cell. At this point, you can obviously go and center your text if you wanted to. You can also split cells. So in other words, we could take this cell and we could split it into more cells. So I'm going to select Split Cells, and then I'm going to say I want to split this cell into, let's make it 3 cells, and I want to do that horizontally. That's fine, and select OK. Right, so now I have 3 cells instead of just the one. I'm going to undo that action just to show you what would happen if we did it in a different manner. So I'm going to split my cells again into 3, and I'm going to split it vertically this time, and I'm going to select OK. Right, so now we have vertical cells again. You can go and line this up with the rest of the table, so that isn't a problem. And here we have our 3 cells again. Okay, what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at resizing parts of the table. So to do this, just click on one of your cells or rows that you want to adjust, for instance, and then select your table properties command. I'm going to go to columns, and I'm going to resize the columns. So it automatically picks up that we have 3 separate columns, and you can go and change each column individually. Okay, you'll see that as you change the one, it will influence the rest of your columns as well. And let's see if we can change this last one to 2 centimeters. Let's see what the effect of that would be. Okay, and then you can select OK once you've changed all your settings. And now I'm going to look at my individual rows. So I'm going to right click in one of my rows, and then I'm going to select row. And here I can change the height of that, and I'm going to change the row height to 2 centimeters, and then I'm going to select OK. Right, so that will change the height of that particular row. And then we could also, if we highlighted everything, usually works best if you highlight everything, we could optimize our settings. In other words, optimize the width and the height of our columns and rows. And you can right click, select row, and then select optimal height, or you could choose to space your rows equally. I'm going to select optimal height. So it will pick up where your text is, and it will give you optimal height for that. You can do the same with your columns. You could select optimal width. There we go. Okay, so it's using up the least amount of space to fit your information in your table. At this point, I also want to change my borders, because at the moment the borders are quite thick. So I'm going to highlight my entire table, going to go to my line style. I'm just going to make my line slightly thinner so you can actually see the information. It's always important to keep in mind that the document should be easy to read, and that's why you're applying all these settings, to make it easier to read for someone. Okay, on that note, I'm just quickly going to merge our second row there, and then I'm also going to center the text. Okay, so already that looks much better and easier to read. And that concludes our lesson on OpenOffice Writer, resizing parts of tables.